Look at it. It's just paper. It's cotton and linen blend. It has a picture of a dead man on it. Yesterday, this piece of paper could buy you a steak dinner. It could buy you a tank of gas. It could buy you influence. Today, it's kindling, and not even good kindling. It burns too fast. The system is a collective hallucination. We all agreed that green paper had value, so it did. But when the lights go out, when the trucks stop moving, the hallucination breaks. The dollar dies the moment the first grocery store is looted empty. You are sitting on a pile of assets that just hit zero. Your crypto wallet, gone. Your stocks, digital ghosts. Your bank account, a database error. Help is not coming. The Federal Reserve cannot print water. The National Guard cannot shoot electricity back into the grid. You are entering the age of scarcity. In this age, value is not determined by the market. It is determined by physics. Does it keep you warm? Does it hydrate you? Does it kill the bacteria trying to eat your gut? If the answer is no, it is trash. But if the answer is yes, then that piece of garbage you stepped over yesterday is now worth more than a gold bar. Welcome to the new economy.
I see the gold bugs in the comments. I see the preppers hoarding silver coins. When the crash comes, they say, I'll trade silver for bread. Let me tell you a secret about starvation. When a man hasn't eaten for 3 days, his brainstem reverts to the reptile. He doesn't want your shiny metal. He can't eat silver. He can't burn gold to stay warm. Heavy metals are heavy to carry and useless to biology. Trying to trade gold in the first month is a great way to get shot for your gold. The only things that have value are utility and calorie preservation. The standard advice tells you to stockpile trade goods, alcohol, cigarettes, ammo. Sure, those are high value, but everyone knows they're high value. Carrying them makes you a target. Real wealth looks like trash. Real wealth is invisible to the looters because they don't understand the physics of survival. They see a pile of junk. You see a hardware store. While they're fighting over a flat-screen TV that will never turn on again, you need to be diving into the dumpsters they ignored.
Let's define value correctly. Value is negative entropy. The universe wants you dead. The universe wants to reach thermal equilibrium. That means it wants your body temperature to match the outside temperature, 0 degrees. It wants your hydration levels to match the dry air. It wants your complex biological structures to break down into soil. That is physics. That is the law. Anything that stops that process is gold. We're going to talk about 10 items. To the uneducated, they're garbage. To the survivor, they're tools to fight entropy. We aren't looking for comfort. We're looking for mechanical advantage.
Item number 1. 2-liter clear plastic bottles. The Solar Reactor. Most people see litter. I see a water treatment plant. Glass breaks. Metal is heavy and you can't see inside it. But a clear polyethylene terephthalate or PET bottle, that is the holy grail. Why? SODIS. Solar Water Disinfection. Here's the physics. UVA radiation from the sun passes through clear plastic. It interacts with the oxygen dissolved in the water and creates reactive oxygen species or free radicals and hydrogen peroxide. These chemicals shred the DNA of pathogens. The method? Find a clear bottle, remove the label, fill it with water, filter the mud out first, lay it on a roof in direct sun for 6 to 48 hours, depending on cloud cover. You don't need fuel, you don't need fire, you don't need chemical tablets that run out. As long as there's a sun, a piece of trash plastic gives you sterile water. Gold cannot do this. Silver cannot do this. A crumpled water bottle is a machine that prints life. Whoredom.
Item number 2, the aluminum can, the sonic sentry. Silence is usually your friend, but when you sleep, silence is a threat. You need a warning system. Electronic alarms need batteries. Batteries die. Batteries corrode. Aluminum cans are eternal. This is about acoustics. Aluminum has a high-frequency resonance. When it hits concrete, it cuts through ambient noise. It sounds inorganic. It triggers the startle response in the human brain. The build. 1. Punch a hole in the top and bottom of the can. 2. Fill it with a handful of gravel or broken glass. 3. String 'em up on fishing line across your entry points. When a looter trips that line, 2 things happen. First, you wake up. Second, the looter freezes. It is a biological imperative. Sudden, sharp noise causes an adrenaline spike that locks the muscles for a split second. That second is all you need. Don't crush your cans. They're your watchdogs.
Item number 3, dryer lint, the flash fuel. You throw this away every week. You're throwing away refined fuel. Dryer lint is essentially microfibers of cotton and polyester mixed with body oils. It has a massive surface area to mass ratio. In thermodynamics, surface area determines combustion speed. A log is hard to light because it has low surface area. Lint is all surface area. It takes a single spark, a ferro rod, a dead lighter with just the flint left, even a magnifying glass to ignite it. The hack? Take an empty cardboard egg carton. Trash. Stuff each hole with dryer lint. Trash. Pour melted candle wax over it. Trash. You just made 12 waterproof, high-calorie fire starters that burn for 10 minutes each. When you're freezing and your hands are shaking too hard to feather a stick, this garbage is the difference between hypothermia and a heartbeat. Save the lint. It's better than money.
Item number 4, steel wool, the spark gap. You have a drawer full of this in your kitchen. You use it to scrub pots. In the apocalypse, it's a magic wand. Here's the physics. Steel wool is iron. Iron oxidizes, rusts. Usually this is slow, but when you run an electrical current through thin strands, the resistance creates heat. The surface area allows oxygen to feed the reaction instantly. It isn't just a spark, it's molten metal. A wet lighter fails, matches break. But if you touch a 9-volt battery to steel wool, you get ignition in 0.5 seconds, even in the wind, even in the damp. If you don't have a battery, it's a pre-filter. Stuff it into the neck of your water bottle to catch the big debris. It scrubs rust off your knife. It silences rattling gear. Gold is a soft metal. It does nothing. Steel wool is the element of fire in your pocket.
Item number 5, the tampons and pads, the battlefield trauma kit. Stop giggling. Grow up. If you're too manly to carry these, you are going to bleed to death. Medical supplies run out first. Gauze is rare. Hemostatic agents like QuickClot are unicorns. But tampons? They're everywhere. They're engineered for one specific purpose: to absorb blood and expand to fill the void. If you take a puncture wound, a knife slip, a jagged piece of rebar, a bullet, you have a hole. You need to plug the hole. Unwrap it, shove it in, the cotton expands. It applies internal pressure. It buys you the 30 minutes you need to stitch yourself up or find a doctor. And pads, they're the best pressure dressings on earth. Tape one over a deep slash. It absorbs the flow and keeps the wound clean. When the pharmacies are empty, the women's aisle in the abandoned grocery store is your trauma center. Rate it.
Item number 6, junk mail and newspapers, the dead air shield. Hyperthermia is the silent killer. It kills more people than starvation. Your fancy North Face jacket, it works by trapping air. Dead air is the insulator. The jacket is just the container. When the heating grid fails and your house drops to freezing, you need insulation. Newspapers, junk mail, old phone books. Crumple them up. Stuff them between your layers of clothing. Stuff them into your sleeping bag. Tape them over your windows. Paper creates thousands of tiny air pockets. These pockets trap your body heat and stop conduction. Read the headlines one last time, laugh at the stock market reports, then crumple them up and use them to survive the night. Information is useless. Insulation is life.
Item number 7. Dental floss, the minty rope. You think you need paracord. Paracord is great, but a spool of it is the size of a fist. A container of dental floss is the size of a coin and holds 50 yards of waxed nylon. It has tensile strength of 10 to 15 pounds. You can double it up. Fishing line. It smells like mint masking the bait scent. Maybe, but it works. Sutures. In a desperate pinch, it can sew skin. Sterilize it first. It definitely sews gear. Tripwires. It is white and thin, invisible in the dark. Cutting tool. Friction saw through plastic restraints. You can carry 200 yards of high tensile cordage in your pocket and nobody knows you're armed with a toolkit. Trash the toothbrush. Keep the floss.
Item number 8, chapstick or lip balm, the multi-tool of grease. It soothes your lips. Who cares? Comfort is dead. We care about chemistry. Chapstick is petroleum jelly and wax. 1. Fire extender. Rub it on your dryer lint or cotton ball. It turns a 30-second flame into a 5-minute flame. It is solidified fuel. 2. Rust prevention. Smear it on your knife blade. It repels moisture. 3. Lubricant. Zippers stuck, gun action jamming, it's grease. 4. Windburn shield. Smear it on your cheeks to prevent frostbite. It's a tiny tube of oil. In a world of friction and rust, oil is king.
Item number 9. The empty Amazon box. The Trojan horse. We talked about value. Now let's talk about psychological warfare.
You have trash cardboard boxes, Amazon boxes. Use them as decoys. If you need to move through a hostile area, or you want to see if a street is watched, leave a care package. Tape up a box, make it look full, leave it in the open, then wait. If someone grabs it, you know where they are. You know their engagement distance. Or fill it with broken glass and rot. Let them steal it. Let them carry your trash back to their base. Let them waste their calories carrying your trash. Spite is a weapon. Use it.
The world is full of treasure, but you have been trained to look for price tags. You're looking for diamonds in the mud while stepping on the tools that could save your life. Retrain your eyes. Stop seeing trash. Start seeing resources. A gold bar is a paperweight. A plastic bottle is a life support system. When the dollar dies, the man with the most creative garbage wins. Collect the trash. Build your kingdom. Hope is a trap. Physics is law. Survival is rebellion.